5 factors affecting your shipping time in dropshipping. Everyone wants their orders shipped as fast as possible. Today, I will show you guys how we can solve slow shipping. What up YouTube? It's Mark from Speedfulfill, and I'm back with another video about Shopify dropshipping from the perspective of the supplier. In today's video, I will explain 5 factors affecting your shipping time today. Number 1, selection of shipping lines. There are a number of shipping lines you can select for your dropshipping store. You have the standard shipping line, priority shipping line, battery shipping line, etc. Depending on different circumstances, the priority line is usually the best line, but not always. For example, the priority line cannot be used to send products with a battery. For products that are electric and include a battery, you will need to use the battery shipping line. Make sure you guys select the correct shipping lines with your supplier. Don't end up choosing a standard shipping line when in fact you have an electric product which should be shipped on a battery shipping line. This means your product will most likely get stuck at customs and will require a return back to your supplier's warehouse before he can reship to your customer. So very important, make sure you guys select the correct shipping lines for drop shipping. Tip number 2, warehouse location. The location of your supplier's warehouse is definitely going to affect your shipping time. Make sure to find a supplier who is close or nearest to 2 of these cities, Shenzhen or Shanghai. The reason is these are the 2 main warehouses for Aliexpress. So think about Aliexpress as the DHL of China, only much more affordable. So most, if not 90%, of drop shipping suppliers use Aliexpress to ship out orders from China to global markets. For suppliers near Shanghai, cities such as Yiwu, Hangzhou are perfect to use Shanghai as a port for drop shipping. Whereas in the south, if your supplier is based in either Shenzhen, Guangzhou, Dongguan, etc., these are perfect as well for drop shipping. What this means is it's not the worst case if your supplier is not located near these places, but suppliers in Shenzhen or near Shanghai are most likely have a better advantage because they're based right near Aliexpress warehouse. Aliexpress warehouse is the last stop in China before your products are shipped out to the airport. Tip number 3, factory location. Now, China is big, if not huge. Now, not only is it a big country, but products that need to be moved from point to point will need to have fast domestic logistics. Products that are produced by the factory will need to be quickly shipped out to warehouses for storage before shipment abroad. Now, a big factor in shipping time is once your customer places an order, how long will that product take to go from the factory to your supplier's warehouse? So, factories based in different locations around China. Depending on the product that you're selling, products in a certain niche tend to be manufactured in the same region. For example, most electronic products are usually produced near Shenzhen. Bag sellers, for example, are most likely to be found in a province called Hebei. So as you can see, you tend to have a better advantage if your factory is located near your warehouse, or should I say near your supplier's warehouse. So the average shipping time domestically in China ranges from 1 to 3 days. One, of course, for factories that are really close to the warehouse, and as much as 3 to 5 days for factories that are located in further remote areas that are far away from the warehouse. So if your product is mainly produced, for example, in the north of China, and your supply is based in the south of China, it wouldn't be the best idea if you're chasing to have the best shipping time. Unless your customers are willing to wait, I'll advise you to find a factory or a product that is produced closer to your supplier. Tip number 4. All right, stock availability. Suppliers tend not to be very communicative about stock levels or stock availability. Inventory is key in the logistics supply chain. You may find yourself in a situation where your fulfillment is going really smoothly, but then all of a sudden your supplier tells you that you have no stock or you are running out of stock. So it is important to communicate with your supplier about stock levels at all times. In general, all winning products usually have stock issues because the demand is heavy on the factory, and once the factory runs out, they have no or little time to communicate to their buyers. What happens is we all have to wait for production from the factory. So the key is to have a strong, reliable supplier who will be able to communicate with you about stock issues that may arise with your fulfillment process. Last but not least, tip number 5. I personally believe that this is the biggest factor affecting dropshipping shipping times: the processing time. Now first, what is processing time? Processing time is the time that it takes for your goods to arrive from the factory to the supplier's warehouse. Supplier has to repack, quality check, and get the product ready for shipment. How long or what is the optimal processing time for a good supplier? A good supplier should have a processing time of not more than 48 hours. There are many suppliers who have a processing time that could range from 1 to even as long as 5 days. Now, imagine from the time that your customer made an order, it still takes 5 days for your supplier to be able to pack it and get it ready for shipment. This will definitely have a negative impact on your customers, and make sure to find a reliable supplier who's going to have the shortest processing time possible. If you're looking for a reliable supplier, make sure to check us out. Click the links below, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.